Hey, what's going on YouTube? Today I will be taking a quick trip into Standard to show you a few of my farming methods that I've came up with. I could do these in League, but I don't really have a point to doing them because essentially I'm done with League. One of them is still kind of not really pointless, but I have a lot of master missions in Standard, and I think I said I covered this. I'd cover this on a new video to kind of give you an outlook on what I'm doing and how I'm farming these missions. So I will do that real quick just to give you a heads up, and this will kind of give you a outlook on why I do what I do. So let's go back to my hideout, and I'm going to show you basically a rundown on how to farm near infinite master missions. So first thing you're going to need is a couple of watchstones. As with any farming method, you do need a couple of watchstones. It's not like you need to spend a lot. You are using titanium watchstones, which on average are 10 to 20 chaos, maybe 30 chaos if you're unlucky, and you need them to have this modifier here, allies. So I have two tier 2 rolls and one tier 1 roll. There's only 2 tiers to this, and they're really common relatively. I believe I rolled off 4 within the span of like 500 alterations, maybe 6, and I got lucky and even got a tier 1. I haven't divined these to 2%. I don't have any divines right now in Standard, and I don't really feel like getting them. But as you see, we have 1, 1, 2, and 4 for 8% chance to contain a master mission on completing this. On top of this, we have another 10% here, and then instead of taking any specific branch, we are taking this to get more Guardian maps and this to get more Synth maps. Now this is basically 1 out of every 100 normally, but I think the initial is 2%, so it's like 3%, so it's 3 out of every 100. I've actually found a decent amount of Synth maps just doing this, and this method here, what I'm about to show you, is a surefire way to stock up from 0 master missions, probably up to 50 or 60 within the span of like 2 hours. So let's go ahead and go over here, and the map I've been doing it on currently is Shore. Now Shore, as you know, is a very short, very linear map. Oh, I actually highlighted it and passed it, didn't I? Yep, there we go. Very short, very linear. I'm not even running any mods on it. I just want to get it done, get them out of my tab, because I had a whole, literally an entire stash tab full of Shore maps. And running it like this basically means I can run it quickly. Now as you see, we are Awakener 6. I talked about this before. I dropped down my Awakener level because farming Awakener level 8, I didn't really see too much difference between the Awakened gem drops. The only difference is a Savior dropped. And farming it at Awakener 6 is faster, it's quicker, you don't have to worry about lag dying as much, and you can still get Awakened gems. On average, I believe it was pretty consistent for me to get like 3 or 4 Awakened gems per 20 runs, regardless of what Awakener level I was. So we're gonna, without further ado, we're gonna show you real quickly this farming method and why I'm doing it. So as you see, we have a lot of master missions, so I'm not gonna really go into, oh hey look, I started from 0, this is what I'm at, but I am going to kind of point out to you when they do show up so you can kind of see what's going on and give you a kind of outlook onto my farming method and why I chose to farm this way and whatnot. In Standard, I have a lot of shore maps, and I figured why not figure out a way to use these shore maps to the best benefit by getting master missions. Now what you can do is you can actually drop 2 of the watchstones that I showed you, roll 2 tier 1s, and then instead of the ones I had, roll like 2 tier 1 Junes, or maybe even like 2 tier 1 Xanas, or Nikos, or whatever you're into, and do it that way. You can also do this to any map, any area. I just chose this area because I can. Excuse me. And let's see. So as you see, we didn't get a master mission back there, but even though we were running a white map, we still sustained. So now we're gonna go back to town. And literally just put in our next shore map, and that's it. As you see, we also didn't do too bad getting a map, 2 maps, 2 decks, a alchemy, and 10 silver coins, which is not like a whole lot, but it's enough. Alright. Once you do this map enough, you kind of memorize where all the loadouts are. Alright. It doesn't look like we got a master mission that time either. Well, this is a poor guide video, I guess. I'll get right into it as soon as I can. Sorry, I have to answer a text from my wife. There we go. She is answered, and go ahead and grab this. Looks like it's gonna be down again. Yeah, it's gonna be down again. And 4 blast orbs, nothing to be scoff at, nothing to be proud about either. Let's see if we can't get another master mission back from this. Chaos orb, stack decks, and kill him real quick, and bam, Nico mission. So as I said, you can kind of take your variant of this any any way you want, and the best part about this farming method is you can literally do it in any area. You can roll this watchstone in every area. You can do this method in any area that you want, any map that you want, anything you want to do there. I chose this area because I have shores, I have wharfs, and I have, what's the other really short one? There's another really short one I can't think of right now. But either way, I have a lot of maps. So I decided to do it the way I did it for that reason. Let's go ahead and put all these away. Whatever, put them in there. And as you saw, that was 2 taunts from our Conqueror, and we've already gotten 1 master mission back on 3 maps. It's not too good. Usually it's like 2 out of every 3 maps we get a master mission. But, you know, it is RNG. You have to think that, you know, just because it's a higher chance doesn't mean it's guaranteed. And even with 4 tier 1s, I don't think it'll be guaranteed. I think it's still like a 50-50 shot or something like that, or anything like that to even get one on average. But this is more consistent than running for, you know, master missions otherwise, in my experience, so I'd recommend maybe trying this out. Obviously, it's not showing up in this video, but, you know, hey, bad luck, I guess, bad RNG. We'll see more by the time we spawn the Conqueror and kind of show you exactly what's going on. There we go. And another thing is we can spawn delirium mirrors on this map because it is in the area that has natural delirium mirrors to increase chance to spawn. But for the sake of the video, we don't want to run in circles in the whole map and show you all that, so we're just going to get straight to it. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like my RNG is very good, but you get the idea. I do apologize I didn't really get to give you a super showcase of, hey, this is exactly what you do, but, you know, it works the same way. LT triangle, run the map. And as you see, this is also an easy way to spawn your Conquerors. If you've never sped spawn your Sirus before, this is probably the most consistent way to do it, is to get a whole big load of maps in one area. Scour them down so you don't have to worry about maybe ripping, maybe accidentally getting reflect, anything like that. And then just turbo running them. If you are a build that can run them all insanely quick, then you don't really need to worry about it. I didn't even get a master mission this time. Okay. Oh, there we go. June mission. Alright, let's kill Redeemer. Cool. And just like, actually, what is this? Blessed Swords? Okay. Just like that, we basically did an entire Conqueror. We got a couple master missions back, and, you know, this is on white tier maps. You're not going to have any challenge on any build doing white tier maps. Not white tier, I'm sorry, white scoured maps. I did have them all rolled with Alks and whatnot, and then I decided to scour them. Truth be told, they're probably actually chiseled up from last league. I literally went through, I had so many chisels that I went through every single map in my map tab and chiseled them all up. This league, I'm not doing that because I don't really care that much, and I'm just having fun with it. So let's see if we can't get a little bit of extra going on here, and kind of showing you what this is like. Now there aside from speed farming Cyrus, aside from farming master missions when you have none, this method is, you know, you are in the area for dropping all the extra drops with um, what do you call it, the exotic goods notable. So that will get you a lot of stuff as well. If you take the time to kill every one of the uniques, you're going to get a lot of loot even on a white map, scoured map. Keep saying white map or white map. I did this farming method beginning of last league and got a whole lot of loot just off of white map. So as you saw, that we got another mission. You know, just so you know, I'm not a crazy cuckoo man, but we got another mission, and I figured I'd kind of give you a outlook at what farming a speed farming session would look like for me, especially someone who builds builds that are meant to go fast. Um, I usually do this when I want to speed farm Cyrus. I just run chain maps really quickly, spawn Cyrus, kill Cyrus, repeat this process over and over again until I get bored of killing Cyrus, which is not very hard. It's usually I do Cyrus 2 or 3 times in one sit down, and then I'm done. As you see, we've gotten 3 missions back to back, so this method is definitely worth it. You will get a lot of master missions back, and this is basically, I literally rolled these watchstones in this area to show you guys, you know, how viable it is. I am using mirror gear, but I mean, I can do this on a budget version with a 5 link. As I said, I'm Awakener 5, so the boss's life isn't insanely high, or this one's Awakener 6, I'm sorry. The boss's life isn't insanely high. I don't have a whole huge difference of life totals from Awakener 8 like it does, and I just kind of go with the flow. So, kind of kill things, get it over with. Let's see, I didn't get any kind of thing cool this time, but that's fine. We just move on and go into our next map. And yeah, so that's pretty much what I do on a speed farming method for both getting master missions and getting Cyrus up. Now I'm sorry that the first part of it was me getting unlucky and showing you, you know, hey, I have 4 maps, no master missions. Yeah, use this master mission farm, but that's just the way it is. It is RNG. You aren't guaranteed anything with this game, no matter how high of a percent chance you have. As you know, you can have like a 90% chance and the game still will say, well, there's that 10% chance, so we're not going to give it to you. So as long as you're aware of that, you can pretty much guarantee yourself that you won't be disappointed, you know what I mean? So find the boss, kill the boss, and bam, another June mission. So as you saw, we got 3 maps in this map, and that's mainly off of the exotic goods. And I've gone over exotic goods farming 2 times in my channel, 2 times, and I cannot stress enough how valuable this node is. I literally am doing nothing but scoured maps, and I have map return, I have a little bit of currency. I'm not even killing everything, I'm only going to the boss and ending it. So please do check out the exotic goods video for next league. You know, don't do it because right now you want to get rich. Go do it because maybe you want to start your league off super strong and run exotic goods in this area. Maybe do what I did and buy a whole boatload of prophecies, or should I say silver coins, and prophecy farm to get yourself an insane amount of value. Because at the early stages of prophecy farming, there's a thing called lost maps. Now, as long as they don't shuffle the areas, you have a very high chance that this lost maps will trigger. Oh, there we go, another mission. This lost maps will trigger and give you something cool. Now, there is another caveat to this method, and there, as you guys know, there is a whole thing where you know, if you are in an area that gives you more missions or different missions, you will get even more missions of that type. And another common thing about this is, let's say for example, in my atlas here, instead of taking the effect of my watchstones, I took this or something like that. Maybe dropped the 50% supported gem or the synthesized to take this. This gives you a 5% additional chance to gain the Xana mission. This is an individual proc, just like every other area has their own individual procs. If I did this farming method and I took it to, for example, Hayward Hamlet, and I spec'd over here for 10 June mission, 10% chance to get a June mission on completion, and maybe I took this node just because, so I would get safe intelligence from a safe house upon completing the boss, then, you know, it'd be a relatively solid method to get June missions, because that's 10% individual and then 10% on top of that, or then 10% on top of that, which will pop. And then if I have the June Watchstones, I can end up getting like 3 to 4 June missions. Really, I believe it's like max is 3 per one map. I do recommend trying this in other areas that have the missions. I am not, and I am not because I'm doing all my maps in this area that are short, which I have another like 60 or 70 of them to grind. You don't have to copy me if you don't want to do this. I just recommend you checking it out in other areas that maybe might be a little more beneficial. So as you see, even the Einar nodes here, they don't give me additional chance to get Einar missions back, and that's not really valuable. So I take exotic goods here, and I take the delirium, which I'm not even doing for the sake of the video. So yeah, without further ado, this has been Chaos-Reighn. This has been a lot of talking, but I do appreciate you guys joining me and kind of taking a look at what I do for farming up, etc., etc. I know I have a lot of different videos like this, but my goal here is basically to inform anyone and everyone that just because, you know, the 1%ers are making crazy bank and doing crazy in their league doesn't mean you can't. So please try it out. Try out any one of these methods. If you're looking for any kind of like just grinding session to sit down, maybe get a bunch of maps that you have in one area and pick an area and look at my videos, because I cover literally farming in most of them. There are a few areas I have not covered yet, and that's because they are overly known and really well covered, so I don't want to kind of, you know, do an over coverage of them. However, if there is a request to cover a specific farming method that you know about, even if you're in SSF or anything like that, I do know a little bit about SSF farming and how to consistently farm other things that, you know, you would want to maybe target farm in SSF. So without further ado, this has been Chaos-Reighn. I do appreciate everyone joining me, and as always, everyone take it easy. Have a good one.